deftly shuts out the jumping. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Jump in finds the mark. Knockdown. Tons of drive and health to work with. Will they use their drive to break through or to turn up the heat? Lots of aggression from both sides. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Gets the knockdown, and now player one creates a good corner opportunity. Critical point of the match. Burnout activates. Player one in trouble with no drive. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. That's the count pay. Player two takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Throws a fireball. Just out of range for that throw. Player two chases them down. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Lands the back throw. Time to go to work. Springs forward with the drive rush. Okay, so you can use drive rushes just like that to launch attacks from much further away. Jumps up, barely blocks the jump in. What'll happen here? Full SA meters on deck for both. Drive rush to keep it going. Closes the distance. Player one has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Going in. You've got to be mindful. Goes to the air. Are we going to see a comeback here? Hey! In attack pattern. Gets tagged by the fireball. Last round, people. Both fighters got to go all in from this point. The low. Blocks it. Checks with him. Reads the jump in perfectly. Drops them. Chases them down. Denied. Keeps cool and locks them out. Player one throws that off. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Player two throws them. Both sides getting strong super hard incoming. Excellent read. This may turn into a big chance. What's next? A single hit will do it. Oh my God, they just hooked it up. Flatline zone. Player two is a force to be reckoned with.
Round one. Fight.
We're finally ready to knock them out of the air. Air slasher. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Good job for them giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. Player two has them legit shook in the corner. The super armor does its job. Takes a trip. Gets the jump in. Got their eye on the air. Gets them. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round two. Fight.
Rips the slasher out. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Just moments ago, we saw some very solid pressure against the wall. That's how you close out games. It's so hard to fight back against that. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. What'll happen? Hits them with a stop and block. Jumps in. Smart throw. That'll do more damage than usual. Drive rush to keep it going. Closes the distance. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Experiencing burnout. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Player one, the super doesn't hit. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Player two, holding, doesn't let up and gets the stun. This round may be as good as over. Turning it right up with the super. Hits him down with the super. Now that's how you take a round. Put them on a t-shirt with that finish. Player... Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who is going to come out on top in this fight? Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. All right. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. This is a huge chance to make a feel it. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Goes for the super art. The super doesn't hit. In a KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Had the radar up and running. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Drive rush to keep it going. Closes the distance. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with the meter advantage. Springs forward with the drive rush. We have super arts on deck. This is gonna be bad news. Risky up-close scrap still going. Noticeable life lead. Were they baiting them into that? Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. No way, that win wasn't luck. That was 100% planned. Player 1 gets the win in a convincing fashion.
Round 1.
The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. Big low reaching heavy. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. All right. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Trips them up. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Solid combo. And that's a KO. Timed that perfectly. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? That combo did decent damage. Still slugging it out at this range. Jump. A super art. Looking to impress with this super. Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with the meter advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Good job escaping that dangerous corner situation. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Drives in back kisses. Up into the air off the just cool. Opts for the critical art. Burns the gauge and it's showtime. It's the weekend pleasure. From get up to get down. Reads the jump in perfectly. No way, that win wasn't luck. That was 100% planned. Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match.
Round 1. Fight.
The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. Jackknife maximum cuts clean through him. Still slugging it out here. Good anti-air. Wow, shut down. Solid blocking. Decides to meet them in the air. Smart play there to go for the air to air. Even if it can't lead to a combo, it's low risk but effective. Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. Gets back into KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Shows a medium kick. Sees it coming and blocks it out. You can block impacts, but you're going to lose some drive gauge when you do. Coming up a beatdown. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Still scraps drive rush to keep it going. Breaks the block with a throw. Player 2 will look to apply pressure. Wraps it up with a decisive combo. That
Here comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do?
Come on, let's dance.
Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Knockdown. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're going to eat tons of damage. Player one with the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? Player one creates a good corner opportunity. Decides to pump up while they can. Knockdown. Big count KO. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Player one chases them down. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Lots of full hop bands and plenty of avenues to race through. Checks with a medium kick. Goes for the jump in. Medium kick. Full hop there to give them even better returns on their investment. Gets the combo. Oh my god, they just hooked it up! Both sides, drives them from above! More fuel to the fire! Hook them up! Gets them down with a super! Now that's how you take a round! Did not miss that chance and takes the round! Player one brings it home! Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Closes the gap for the grab. Gets back with a well-placed drive reversal. The combo's there. Decent damage. What's next? Player two can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Player two creates a good corner opportunity. KO. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round two. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. They're still feeling each other out. Have the radar up and running. Goes for the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. The exchange flows. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Dashes up. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Not much life left. The drive gauge difference could tip the scale. Clubs while they're blinking. Air slasher. Sticks out a kick. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arc. Looking for a hole. Drive rush. This just closes it out. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round. Fight.
Who will come out on top? Crowns them from above. Closes in. Getting up close and personal. Impact squash. Uses the impact to shave off some of their drive gauge. Ooh, you never know what can happen. Knocks them out of the air. Player two is in an excellent block. This can lead to some big damage. Gotta do better than that. Reads the jump in perfectly. Player two with nothing stops this train. They've got about half life left. What are they gonna do? Check up with the jump in. Player 2 can't let this simmer. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Weekend pleasure. We're in for a good time. This is going to hurt. Add a bit of OG spice to it. A jump, perfect use of the corner is rewarded with the win this round. Player 2 made all the right moves, and this experience is only gonna make them stronger. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Air slasher. Jumps in. Had the radar up and running. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Good job here in giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. This is where things will get interesting as the damage starts to pile up on both fighters. Knockdown. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Limited resources at hand right now. Projectile to try and change the situation. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. You're at the center of the stage. What happens here will have consequences later on. Hold your breath. Good job blocking the jump-in. Just in there. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Checking their reaction to the fireball. How will they take it next? Jackknife maximum cuts clean through him. Medium kick. Blocks the impact. Excellent block to shut out the impact. Experiencing burnout. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Rips the slasher out. Going in. Breaks the connects with the throw. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Not much life left, but their drive usage makes. Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. This is going to hit for a critical art. You gotta imagine that this is not only gonna wreck their life bar, but also their nerves. Players add a bit of OG spice. Who will come out on top? Lots of distance here. Who's baiting who? Burns out. Drops off, denies the jump in attempt. Player 2 face the... Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Jump in finds the mark. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Blocks the jump in. Definitely shuts out the jump in. Takes a trip. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Can't tech the throw. Life lead opens up. That's some big juicy KO. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Caught in the cross-up. Brushes off the impact. They can't squander this punish counter kick. The drive impact. Strings it all together. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Both sides have the super gauge maxed and ready to rip. Player 1 chases them down. They got to be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. She tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. They just won't charge us forward. Burnout activates. Throws them. Smart play with the throw. There's knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna. This is gonna hurt. Closes it out. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Round one. Fight.
The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Lots of aggression from both sides. The low kick is blocked. What's the play here? The super armor does its job. We've reached the midway point of the round, and both fighters are at about even life. Nails the anti-air. Takes a trip. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Jackknife knocks one, cuts clean through him. Holds out with the block. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Jump. Player two needs the whole KO. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Are we going to see some fireworks? That drive impact doesn't get through. You can block impacts, but you're going to lose some drive gauge when you do. Player springs forward with the drive rush. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Breaks those shins. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Player two chases them down. Going in? Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Shows the medium kick. Barely blocks the jump in. Quick breather. Player one is barely hanging in there, but can still mount a comeback using a drive rush to keep it going. Player two is dominating this match. In there! That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches.
Round one. Fight.
Will we see our fighters fill each other out, or just let it fly in this opening round? Blocks the jump in. Deals some damage with that quick combo. Trips him up. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Good work staying in throw range there. Player two creates a good corner opportunity. Taking stock. What's their game plan here at this KO? Player two on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Got their eye on the air. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Jump. Down to the wire. Were they baiting them into that? Amazing concentration on display as they punished when their opponent's attack left them wide open. The super doesn't hit. Both fighters planning something? Player one is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Looking for a chance. Springs forward with the drive rush. The low heavy's blocked. Barely blocks the jump in. Put the exclamation point on that with an oath, low heavy, but no go. How will they manage their drive gauges? Jump, clutch, anti-air. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Player one will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. Low heavy. Can they close this round without relying on drive? There's a burnout. Combo! What a finish! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Knuckle weights them. How did they read that throw? Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Player one won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Gets carried to the... Nothing stops this train! With super arts into play. More fuel to the fire! Cook 'em up! Yo, the special forces don't play! Delta ran assault! Super! That's what we want to see! A jump in? A jump? Ooh, does them dirty! Here comes the corner pressure! Oh my god, they just choked it up! Player 2 can't win this without actions out the gate right there! Weekend pleasure! We're in for a good time!
Good night. Tell them how you like that,
Uses their drive gauge! There's a burnout! Jump! This can lead to some big damage! Doesn't set the throw! Player...
Here comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Blocks the jump in. The low is denied. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're going to eat tons of damage. Blocks the low heavy. Takes him all the way to the corner with that. Knockdown. Can't tech the throw? Goes for the super arm? Player 1 will want to take advantage of their meter lead while it wraps it up with a decisive combo. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Dashes forward. Player 2 chases them down. Overdrive cannon spike. Player 2 has a slight life lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Gotta be careful not to whip that brushes that off and keeps going. Gets a risky puck in. Going in. Jumps up. Goes for the jump in. Jumps, tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. Took him to the corner and a flash. A real test of nerves here. They couldn't tech the throw. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Manages to block the pin next with the throw. Low heavy, but no go. Cannon spike. Going in. Excellent block. Uses the impact to shave off some of their drive gauge. What are they gonna do? A jump in? Perfect execution with the anti-air. But cuts that off. Impact counter. Oh, that was so sick. Spends the meter. Locks on for the throw. A real test of nerves here. I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one.
Round 1.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Jumps, barely blocks the jump in. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Gets backed into the corner with pressure building. KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? The jump-in is denied. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. They're still feeling each other out. Gets a risky puff in. 2 will look to apply pressure here. Both fighters planning something? Player 1 has the chance to win the round if they can put their drive to good use. Gotta be careful, crowns him from above. Fatal leg twister. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Player 1 with the rhythm, owning that space. Wraps it up with a throw. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Back to start. They're not taking any chances. Gets them with the anti-air. They just said, get that jump in, out of here. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over. Solid anti-air. Cross that off. Medium kick into. Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. Player 2 walls flat into the guard plate. Player 2 with the rhythm, owning that space. Connects with the 10-10. Player 1 needs to use crowns him from above. Noticeable luck, no hesitation or regret. Hits him with the NSFW. Ooh, sends him a personalized telegram with that frightening critical arm. Can they muster up the nerves to fight back and take this round? Immaculate counter. Player 2 clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Gets a risky buff in. Shows the medium kick. Cool gain control of the match in the early going. All right, what's coming up next? Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Strings it all together. What's going to follow the combo? The Fuha stock to the brim. Look for them to turn up the heat now. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive use. Gets them. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Steps back to start things off. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Brushes off the impact. Going on the offensive? Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Snaps back and hits hard with a 10-10. Blocks the impact. Gets out of there with the back down. KO. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Decides not to rush in without a plan. Barely connects with the throw. Takes advantage of the hesitation and gets some good damage in return. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Both fighters have, ooh, what a smart throw. Okay, here we go. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? A dash? Player 2 is in a very good spot. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Spends it all on the super. Not shy one bit about it. This is the time to believe in your abilities. Tap into the feng shui engine. The jump in is denied. Noticeable life lead. It burns out. No! Send off the wall! What a finish! Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match gonna go? How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Tries to throw, but doesn't connect. Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Handily escapes the throw. Both players have near empty super art gauges. Whoever can build theirs up first may have a big advantage here. Aiming to meter would open up the opportunity to deal huge damage, but that's easier said than done. This is where things will get interesting as the damage starts to pile up on both fighters. That drive impact is blocked. Knockdown. App takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. They trade hits, and now reads their mind and texts the throw. Springs forward with the drive rush. Oh, they can't ignore that super gauge gap. Knockdown and the jump in is denied. KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Fight.
Checking their reactions with a fireball. Jumps in. Sees it coming and blocks it out. You can block impacts, but you're gonna lose some drive gauge when you do. Brushes that off and keeps going. Uses the target combo as a filler. Knockdown and shows the medium kick. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. A quick breather. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Whip! They're wide open! Can they create enough? Getting it all on the drive rush! Sticks out a kick! Anti-air in the clutch! What a finish! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Knocks them out of the air. Jumps? Barely blocks the jump in. Player 2 can't let this get cannon fight. What's next? Drive rush. Oh my god, they just choked it up. Player 2 is barely hanging on to their last bit of drop. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Noticeable life lead is a solid anti-air. Anti-air in the clutch. Up for the arrow. They're just gonna go for it with the super. The party's getting started. Will they gamble something here on a drive move? This is it!
Yeah, baby.
They're in range. We gonna keep. Are you kidding me? I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one.
Round one. Fight.
Nice air slasher! The throw whiffs.
And everything there.
Neither of them willing to back off here. Uh-oh. Falls short. Getting careless and missing a drive impact like that will leave you wide open. Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Down to the wire. Player 1 is just about out of drive impact. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Taking stock. Player 1 chases them down. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Goes for the jump in to start the round. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so... There's the wall splat. They can't do anything now. You want to avoid blocking a drive impact near the corner, because it'll result in a big wall splat even on block. Jackknife maximum cuts clean through him. Still scrapping for control of the space.
Baby.
Rolling Soba. Player 1 has the chance to win the springs forward with the drive rush. Jump, knocked them out of the air. In there. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. A trade, but they're not worried. Oh, what's this? They can't squander this punish counter chance. That's how you force your opponent to do what you want so you can get a punish. Both are ready to knock down. Here comes the mix-up. Maximum strike. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Uh-oh. This would really tip the scale. Player one still has a chance, but it's going to be an uphill battle. With low heavy. Are you kidding me? Player two is a force to be reckoned with.
Round one.
We're finally ready to begin this long-awaited fight. Our players look primed and ready. Jumps? Good job blocking the jump-in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Blocking a jump-in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Player one chases them down. Buys some time by driving them into the corner, and now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Solid throw tag. They break things off to take a quick breather. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Impacts a no-go. All right, what's coming up next? Squeezes, springs forward with a drive rush. Throws out a projectile. Air slasher. Okay, drive rush to keep it going. Player two will have to fight back here without any drive. Comes from behind to pick up the win. They took advantage of every chance. Player two with a good start to the fight, but can they keep it up? Are we going to see some fireworks here? Player one needs to use it. Blocking that drive attack isn't going to work. Now that's how you use an impact. Right. Shows the medium kick. Spiral arrow. Breaks their guard with a throw. Here comes the mix-up. Player one holding onto that corner and springs forward with the drive rush. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Drive rush to keep it going. Risky up-close scrap still going. Pokes with a medium kick. Connects with the throw. Going in. Right and whiff. They're wide open. They gotta go. Drive rush. They were not clear for takeoff. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. How did they read that throw? Springs forward with the drive rush. Closes the distance. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Punch cannon spike. What's next? Will this super art do anything? The drive impact doesn't work. What are they gonna do? Shoot their shot. Punish counter sets the table. Okay, here we go. Oh my God, they just choked it up. Player two can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Oh, super art, the low swap. High kick, they think this time to bust this out. Giving them food for thought.
Here comes a new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Beginning operation.
Time to play.
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Great block on that ambiguous cross-up. Puts one in the pocket. Deals some damage with that quick combo. Trips him up. Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Did well to just add a little super juice into this combo for more damage. All right, what's coming up next? Well-timed corner switch. Getting into the end game now, it's getting tense. Down to the wire. Were they baiting them into that? Player 1 rejects the air attempt. Player 2 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They were expecting that drive impact. Throws them to negate the block. What's their game plan here? This brushes that off and keeps going. Gets the combo. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Barely blocks the jump in. There's the wall splat. They can't do anything now. It's going in. Super clutch corners. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. This could lead to some big damage. Closes it out. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done here. Will we see our fighters feel each other out or just let it fly in this opening round? The jump-in is denied. Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Escapes the corner to reset the situation. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. The jump in catches them. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Can't tech the throw, takes a trip. There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Gets the jump in. KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Goes for the jump in to start. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Forcefully closes the gap. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. They may be planning to spend their drive gauge here. Both fighters will have to decide whether they want to go with an all-out offense powered by their drive or play it safe and conservative. Their life is hanging by a thread. They wraps it up with a decisive combo. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances.
A new challenger.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
Showtime, baby.
Time to play.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Gets the counter. The low kick connects. Picks up some damage with a long reaching attack. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Got a ton of damage off that opening. Can they do it again? Player 2 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive. Sneaks in the throw. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Oh, whiffs the throw. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. Knockdown. Medium kick hits. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Won't play their game. Says no with the overdrive 10 centimeters. Knockdown and... from upstairs. Scrapping it out. Up. Well, there's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Blake's experiencing burnout. Player 1 holding on to that corner is solid anti-air. They push their way out of the corner. Reads the jump in perfectly. Dangerous range here. Drive rush. Nice air slap. Gives them for the win. Player 1 faced the giant and walks away unscathed. What a win! Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Barely blocks the jump in. Medium kick hit. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Still slugging it out here. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Knockdown. Nails the anti-air. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. The jump in is denied. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Player 2 chases them down. Taking stock. KO! Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. That attack landed, hits him with a stop and pop. Gets a risky buff in. What'll happen? Overdrive jackknife. You've got to be mindful of reach and jumping at this range. Jumps up. Feng Shui engine activation. They want to end this quick. The fighters return to the middle of the stage. Can they create an opportunity? Tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. Slow heavy. A thunderous drive impact to close the round.
Judy.
Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Goes with the projectile for their opening shot. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Gets the jump in. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Projectile to try and change the situation. Player 2 KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Looks like they want to establish a rhythm with their ground game and fireball. Takes them all the way to it, brushes that off and keeps going. This fight is just underway. Springs forward with the drive rush. The properties that attacks get from a drive rush make them a great tool for creating chances like that. Whiffs the impact. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Jumps. Burnout activates. Jumps. A super art. The super doesn't hit. Player 2 needs to Feng Shui engine activation. They want to end this quick. A real test of solid anti-air. Jumps up. What a finish! This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Low heavy. Final round. Who have got to do better than that? They exchange blows. Player 2 is in a very good spot. Nothing stops this train. Amazing. Fires off an air. Drive rush. Loads up a buff. What are they gonna do? Both sides getting forward rush. Oh yeah. They're recovered. Wall splat into the guard break. Dazzles them with a flurry. Player 2 links it. The drive gauge is screaming for more attention. Big drive gap now. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. They back down to regroup. This may be... Are you kidding me? Player 2 has got to be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage.
Comes a new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Beginning operation.
Time to play.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Whoa, hold on. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. That's how you capitalize on an opponent's mistake. Get the punish counter by waiting for the opponent to whiff an attack and then strike without hesitation. Player 2 chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Nice read with the cannon spike. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Next hit will end the round. So, what's next? They're going for the super art? The super doesn't hit. KO! Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. The immediate jump in. They piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Shows a medium kick. Switches it up. Player 1 has a slight life lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. There's a change of sides. Triggers the feng shui engine. The real jury's coming out to play. Can they claw their way back and give themselves a chance to win? You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins. Ooh, does them dirty. Are we going to see a comeback here? Fair KO. Player 1 took no time to finish that fight. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Wow, shut down. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move where you're going to eat tons of damage. Did well to get the buff in. Very solid corner switch. Blocks the low heavy. Knockdown. KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Holds out with the block. Goes for the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Both fighters have plenty of drive to work with, but how they make their approach will be key. Both fighters will have to decide whether they want to go with an all-out offense powered by their drive or play it safe and conservative. They're going for the super art. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Still can't find a way out of this corner. Something's gotta give. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still? Can this drive bring them back? Looking for a hole. Turns out. Back dashes for space.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They continue to battle it out in the middle. Drops them hard.
Here we go.
Not much movement, but the thinking caps are definitely on. Gets the counter hit. Catches out the cage right there. This is gonna kill. No doubt about it.
Such a lovely dance.
What a finish! Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion. believe it's time for that run back. Jumps up. Decides to meet them in the air. Smart play there to go for the air-to-air. Even if it can't lead to a combo, it's low risk but effective. Starts with a jump in. Knockdown. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Gets out of the corner and creates some distance. They gotta be careful here because a full drive gauge can erase what life they have left in a flash. It'll be interesting to see how both players utilize their drive gauge to dictate the terms of the match. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? They timed that just right to get the perfect parry. Knockdown. Will this super art connect? Player one will want to take advantage of their meter lead while they have it. They're backed up into the corner. Player one holding on to that corner advantage gets them. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Pulls them. That's a counter. Sticks the combo. Neither of them willing to back off. Going on the offensive? Uses the target combo as a filler. Ends the meter. Hoping for a good return. Tammy's speed on full display. It's the Delta Red Assault. Using the super can open up huge chances for you. Knockdown and fights crowns them from above. The throw is denied. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Closes it out. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see. All right, first round. What's going to happen? Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Goes for the surprise rush in. What are they thinking here? That was a solid anti-air. Wow, shut down. Player one creates a good corner opportunity. Neither of them willing to back off here. Gets the jump in. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. Player two needs to use what little drive they have left effectively. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? Each hit is so important here. What'll happen here? KO. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round two. Fight.
Oh yeah! Are we going to see overdrive jackknife? The jump in is denied. Risky up close scrap still going. Drive gauge gap here. Drive gauge is almost empty. They gotta be careful. They exchange blow. Hits them with a stop and vibe. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Gets the counter and springs forward with the drive rush. Oh, combo! Let's go! What are they gonna do? Player two can't use and gets the tips with the low heavy. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Starts something hard. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Chases them down. Getting up close and personal. With drive rush. Forward rush. Maximum strike. Great job in escaping. Oh, putting the cherry on top. This is gonna kill. No doubt about it. Did not miss that chance and takes the round. Player two gets the win in a convincing fashion.
Round one. Fight.
We're finally ready to begin the this long-awaited fight. Our players look primed and ready. Throws them to negate the block. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Takes the chance to hurt him. Player 1 may be just about done this round, but they still have a chance with a full drive gauge to tap into. KO. Player 2 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Goes for the rush down to start. They're on a mission. Nice, perfect parry there. What'll they do next? Gets the tech, but how will they get out of this corner? Spots the throw. Jumps. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Connects with medium kicks. The throw missed. Play it all in with a rush. All the throw connects. A quick breather. A jump. Their spacing is so on point right now. With the low. Gets the counter hit. Blocks it. Barely blocks the jump in. Closes it out. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Ready. Silent step. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. The low kick hits. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super art. Drops it hard. They just said, get that jump in out of here. A jump, drive impact misses. Handle with care. You can't jump drive impacts. Getting up, knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Plenty of health, full gauges. Let's go. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Somehow manages to block the jump that connects with the throw. Okay, here we go. A real test of nerves here. Medium kick. What's next? Do they have what it takes? There's a burn kick out of nowhere. Player 2.
Here comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. Decent damage. What's next? Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Alright, what's coming up next? Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fireball. Uses the parry. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Gets them. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Drumming up a beatdown. What'll happen here? Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Not much life difference. A trade, but they're not worried. Super hearts on deck for both fighters. They whip! They're wide open! Didn't hesitate, going for the kill with that super.
That felt good, didn't it?
Put them on a t-shirt with that finish. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Hits him with a stopping bomb. The jump in catches them. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Still slugging it out here. Both fighters are sitting on a full drive game. This might be prime time to let it rip. Left off a projectile to waste time. Very solid corner spin. Player 2 chases them down. Lands the forward throw. The corner pressure continues. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Brings out the super art. How is this gonna work out for them? All right, what's coming up next? Nails the anti-air. Goes for the drive rush to keep. They were not clear for takeoff. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Connects with medium kick. Slasher. Springs forward with the drive rush. Okay, so you can use drive rushes just like that to launch attacks from much further away. Drumming up a beatdown. Long-range fireball to break the silence. Fires without warning. Doesn't miss a beat. Big throws. Knockdown and oh, what is this? They can't squander this punish counter chance. Scrapping it out up close. Saihasho fights out of the corner, back to the center of the stage. Going in a super art. Player 2 is agreed to jump in perfectly. A real flatline zone. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Stings them with the Shikusen. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Drops him hard. No way. No signs of letting up from out of the corner. Getting up close and personal. Both sides getting ready. Gets the counter hit. Loads up a bump. What's next? Not looking good. The corner's a bad place to be. Player 2 can't let this simmer. Ooh, what a smart blow. Okay, here we go. Meets them air to air. Close drive rush. Only there's a burnout. Closes in. Player 1 burns out. Oh, it's enough. Player 2 delivers the upset. That's one for the replay. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that runback. Gets the counter hit. Digs in deep to get that drive impact. Punishes there with the drive impact. Really laying on the pressure. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Not barely connected, but it still counts. Solid combo. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Decides to buff up while they can. Did well to get the buff in there. Takes a trip. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. At this range, many attacks experiencing burnout. Pokes with a medium kick. Feeling up, goes for the super art. Neither fighter is willing to back down from this exchange. Intercepts. Slick anti-air finish. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Hits him with a stopping bomb. The rapid fire fist ends the meter, hoping for a good return. The level 3 super, looking to make them feel it. Player 2 has the life lead. Can they use it? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. They back the opponent into the corner. Now to apply the burnout activates. And feng shui engine activation. They want to end this quick. A jump? Hey! Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Medium kick. Grounds him from above. Player 1 can't use any drive. Denies the jump in attempt. Player 2 faced the giant and walks away unscathed. What a win! What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. All right, first round. What's going to happen? Goes for the surprise Russian. Lots of aggression from both sides. The low is denied. Goes for the throw. Trips him up. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Shoots off a fireball up close. From up above. And a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. Player 1 KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. From low heavy to... Had the radar up and running. Up into the air off of just cool. Solid combo. Not close enough for the throw. Rolling Soba. Still scrapping for control of the space. Knockdown and... One mistake here is all that's needed to finish the round. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Dashes up. Oh, they're in the corner now. Reads the jump in perfectly. Brushes that off and keeps going. Uses the target combo as a filler. Turns out. Player 2 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. There's no blocking that. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Fires off an air slasher. The low. Jumps in, crowns him from above. Not just pumps the brakes on the impact. Excellent block to shut out the impact. With super arts into play, it's really Ed Jackknife maximum clutch clean through. Getting in goal on the drive rush. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Quick medium poke. All the throw connects. Okay, nothing stops this train. Cross up, drops them hard. Hits that with confidence. Both are ready to pull the good super art to show them what our TNT and fighters can do for you. They should have kept this one classified, because it's straight up nasty. Delta red assault. What's next? Player 1 flipping the script with a turn. The drive impact doesn't work. Jump meets them air to air. Anti-air in the clutch. Big gauge difference here. And both fighters are... Oh, drive rush! Take us! Are you kidding me? Player 2 has got to be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage.
Round 1. Fight.
Yeah!
Fires off an air slash! Knockdown! Here comes the mix-up.
Baby!
Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Bring the heat!
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Trips them up. Wraps it up. Nice and easy. Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Long low attack hits. Smart stuff, hoping has that range to zone the opponent. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. What's the next move? They gotta press here to take advantage of this drive down. It's a good spot to use the super. A quick breather. Player 1 will look to apply yes. Drive impact for the win.
Cammy.
That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances.
Round 1. Fight.
This is crucial. The opening round is about to begin. The jump in catches them. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. No good up high. Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Forcefully closes the gap. Strings it all together. Taking stock. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. From up above. Grabs him. Knockdown. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2, Chase experiencing burnout. Both fighters planning something? In there! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Immediate jumping. This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Both fighters are looking for digs in deep to get that drive impact. Amazing concentration on display as they punish when their opponent's attack left them wide open. Gets the throw out of the hooligan. Smart aggressive play there. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. It's a good spot to use the super. Spins it all on the full meter. You know what that means? It's time for the weekend. You draw critical. What's going to happen? Are we going to see a comeback here? Sets up with the jump in. Gets the throw out of the hooligan. Smart aggressive play. What's that? Player 1 can't use any. No way. Closes it out. Player 2.
Here comes a new challenger.
How's this match going to shake out? It's going to be exciting to see.
I'm ready.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checks with the projectile. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Throwing on even more pressure with the fireballs. Gets the cross-up. A big drive gauge disparity has opened up, and it wouldn't surprise me if they try to open that gap further. They need to make good use of the gauge without emptying it. Player 2 is just about out of drive out there. Gets back into the corner with pressure building. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Taking stock. Can't tech the throw. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Neither of them willing to back off here. Pokes with a medium kick. This is a critical point of the round where they just need to go for it. Rips the slasher out. Both of them are finishes it with the anti-air. Player 2 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Projectile to try and change the situation. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Bumps up. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump ins at this range. Shows the medium kick. So, what's next? Perfect execution with the anti-air. Connects with the throw. Going in, player 2 has the chance to win. Cleared for landing. Lightly, there's a burnout. Sticks out a kick. Knocks them out of the air. Both sides get it. What a finish! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight.
Open, reads the jump in perfectly. Jump, flash anti-air. And whip, they're wide open. Both are ready to pull the trigger. More fuel to the fire. Cook them up. Uh-oh. This would really tip the scales. Are we going to see a comeback here? This is so tense. Perfect perfectly executed. Player 2 made all the right moves, and this experience is only gonna make them stronger. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Lots of aggression from both sides. The corner makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. We are near the end of the round. Can either fighter pull a rabbit out of their hat? Down to the wire. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Takes a trip. Throws them to start the corner pressure. Just goes for it at this range. Goes end to end with in there. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Starting off with fireballs right from the get-go. Jump. Barely blocks the jump in. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. The rapid-fire fist sends them up. Going in, one mistake here is all that's needed to finish the round. Player 2 not looking good. The corner's a bad place to be. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Oh, yo! Rock super hit! Catches them out! What a finish! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight.
Open, crowns him from above. Rips the slasher out. Throws a projectile to zone the opponent. Fires without warning. Gotta do better than that. Player 2 is working with a better game. What can they do with it? Drops that off. Put the exclamation point on that with an ODR. Player 2 is on the brink of disaster. Nice! It burns out. Player 2 is in burnout state. A very precarious situation. This is where we can expect some major throws him. Amazing. Drives it back, misses. What is it that crowns him from above? Medium kick. Chisels him down. Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Changes things up with an overhead. Hits him with a stop and pop. Did well to get the buff in there. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. What's the play here? Neither of them willing to back off. Changes the pace with an air-to-air. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. From up above. The comeback's gonna be tough yet. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Takeout. They piled up and converts the opening impact into a punish counter. Had the radar up and running. Jumps. Barely blocks the jump in. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Drumming up a beatdown. Going in. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner view. Sykes brushes that off and keeps going. Super arts on deck for both fighters. Overdrive jackknife sends them down the quick way. Still scrapping for control of the space. And it's fire. Player 1 crowns him from above. What now? Nice! And whip! Medium kick! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight.
Fires off an air slasher. This is it. Weird for landing. Buffs while they're blinking. We're just getting started here. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Player 1 is in a very good spot. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. With Super Arc, this can lead to some big damage. Walls flat into the card frame.
Turning it right up with the super.
Uh-oh. This could really tip the scale. Player 1 may be able to pull a fast one, especially with the Super Art range. Turns out. Oh, here we go. Dangerous range here. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Think this time to bust this out? This is going to hit for a critical art. You gotta imagine that this is not only gonna wreck their life bar, but also their nerves.
Ugh, take a seat.
Are you serious? That comeback was unreal. We just saw this fighter play out of their goddamn mind there. Player 1 has gotta be feeling...
Here comes a new challenger.
We're in for something special right here, right now.
I'm ready.
Let me have some fun.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Puts one in the pocket. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. The battle of egos on display here as neither fighter wants to give up any ground. What's the play here? Both fighters are sitting on a full drive gauge. This might be prime time to let it rip. Trips them up. Both fighters are looking for a way to fill up their super art gauge. Gaining some meter would open up the opportunity to deal huge damage, but that's easier said than done. Finds the time to squeeze in a buff. They are battling it out tooth and nail with no one having a clear advantage yet. Player 1 chases them down. Condor Wing is fully stocked now. Lily's neutral game is now even more dangerous. The jump-in is denied. Very solid corner switch.
Very solid tomahawk buster.
Player 2 KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Fight.
Opts to create space to start. Who's going to start things off? Blossom was looking for that jump attack. Player 1 has the life lead. Can they use it? Time to sit on the lead. Jumps? Which way you gonna block? Jumps in. A trade, but they're not worried. Drive rush to keep it going. Super Arc on deck for both fighters.
How they approach the situation will be interesting.
Throws them. Are we gonna see if springs forward with the drive rush? And whips! They're wide open! Player, the drive impact doesn't work!
Betting it all on the drive rush.
What a finish! This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round. Fight.
Opens with a jump in.
Where you go? Hits them with a stopping block.
Ups the damage on that by opting to go for the overdrive.
Clutch anti-air.
Knocked them out of the air. They just said, get that jump in out of here. Tons of space between a forward rush. Here, oh my God, they just chunked it up.
Where you go? Getting it all on the drive rush. That's gonna leave them rattled.
What a finish! Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Jumps. Did well to get the buff in there. That's some big juicy damage on that counter now. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Plenty of space between the two fighters, but who will decide to close the gap? All right. The low is denied. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Condor Wind is fully stocked now. Lily's neutral game is now even more dangerous. Player 2 is working with a less than ideal drive gauge. They'll need to be very careful here. Managing that drive gauge is gonna get tricky. The throw misses. Not shy with the grab. Springs forward with the drive rush. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. KO. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jumping. Who's going to start things off? Big counter. Goes with the safe stuff with that target combo. Springs forward with the drive rush. Rushes that off and keeps going. Gets a risky butt in. Blocks the impact. Drive rush to keep it going. Closes the distance. Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. They're back to, lands a rising uppercut. Player 2 in dire straits with clutch anti-air. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Closing it out with a super art finish. Nice and clean. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Final round. Fight.
Starts, sets up with the jump in. And eats it. Jumps. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Player 2 with a leap. This can lead to some big damage. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Ooh, what a smart throw. Oh, here nothing stops this train. Jump. Dangerous range here. They trade hits. Weird for landing. Jump. Crowns them from above. Solid anti-air. Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What's he gonna... Oh, drive rush!
Here I go!
Perfect damage calculation. No doubt about it. They are done! Player 1 clinches the win! But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that.
Here comes a new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
I'm ready.
Prepare.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Blocks the jump in. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Steps in for the throw. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match going to go? Puts one in the pocket. Knockdown. Finds the time to squeeze in above. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Big counter. That drive impact is blocked. Sees it coming and blocks it out. This is a gigantic life lead, and that attack ends it. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Jumps. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Jumps in. They were expecting that drive impact. Excellent block to shut out the impact. Bumps up. They've got a full stack of wins to play with here. Hits them with a stop and pop. Transverse. The hit throw connects. Player experiencing burnout. On your win, looking to impress. It's in there. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Had the radar up and running. Below heavy hits. Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Blocks the impact, but they're still pushed back. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Knockdown. Will they incorporate that full drive gauge they have into their game plan? It'll be interesting to see how both players utilize their drive gauge to dictate the terms of the match. Player 2 chases them down. Sticks the combo. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Reads them. Life lead opens up, so they break forward KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Immediate jump in. Everything up and brushes that off and keeps going. The Condor wind added a bit of juice to that attack. Player 1 needs to use the turn of the... Oh, what's this? They can't squander this punish counter check. Wraps it up with a decisive combo. Well, listen, when you're locked in...
Comes a new challenger.
Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
We've seen you on the scene.
Prepare.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. The fighters are at a standstill. What's going on through their heads? All right, what's coming up next? Burnout capitalizes on every mistake and picks up the perfect KO. Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the rush down to start. They're on a mission. Throws them to negate the block. Going on the offensive. Scrapping it out up close. Ground Pawn takes them off their feet. Blocks it. Not shy with the grab. Charges forward. Solid anti-air. Vagabond and sends them. It's a good spot to use the super. Bushin Scramble's gonna leave them hurt. Both fighters planning something? Sticks out a kick. Goes out of sight. Can they use their resources wisely to pick up the... There's a burnout. Burns out. That's gonna leave them rattled. Okay, here we go. We're so close to the end of the round that it may not matter. Closes it out. Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Jumps in. Nails the anti-air. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Corner switch means they can now go on the offensive. Does not want to get stuck in the corner. Mono's metal level is still kind of low here. They're going to need to find some chances to boost it. I wonder how both fighters will adapt to what we've seen so far. Caught in the crosser. Vagabond and Sentum adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Going binomial theorem with a boost and scramble. Knockdown and... Oh, they can't ignore that super gate. Sliding in. Ooh, there's a ping. Oh. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air.
Slides and goes for the legs.
Player one will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Sets a shuriken bomb to panic. Blocks the impact. Charges forward. Going on the offensive. Hits them with a stop and pop. Knockdown and...
No tricky hidden variable.
KO!